question, Gentry. The cranberry might be right. Not really sure. Okay. So now we're going to do a vocabulary activity. And I had somebody ask me earlier, well, Ms. Hintz, what's stand up, hand up, pair up? It's a vocab activity, and here's what it is. I have each of our vocab words written on an index card. On the back side is the definition. You're each going to get a different card. Some of you might have the same word twice. Some of you might have completely different words. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to have your card. You're all going to stand up. Excuse me. You're going to stand up. Then you put your hand up. Okay? This is kind of like your signal for, oh, I don't have a partner. I need a partner. Okay? So Blake, Reagan, will you be my examples? Come on up. I'll give you this card. So here's what we're going to do. All right, Blake and Reagan are going to share their vocab words and definitions with each other. Go ahead. You go.
Shortage. A shortage is a lack of supply.
Civilization. A society in which I can't read that.
Pick a different card. Oh, that's the same thing. Devise.
Devise. Devise means to think about a strategy and plan it carefully.
Okay, so now that Blake and Reagan are done sharing, I'm going to have my hand up. Ooh, I need a partner. I need a partner. So then I'm going to go up to Reagan. Reagan's going to give me a high five, and now we're partners.
Oh, wow,
Okay.
that's cool.
So it's stand up, hand up, you pair up. Okay, you two already have your cards. Once you have your card, pop on up. And then when I say go, find a partner. You're fine.
What am I doing? Hi, Anna. No, we can't start yet.
Don't start yet.
Fashion.
Oh, don't start yet. Excuse me.
Stand up, hand up, pair up. Yeah.
All right, stand up, hand up, pair up, go.
Shortage.
Stand up, hand up, pair up.
Civilization.
Cultivate.
Society, which is quiet.
That's something.
Okay, I'm just gonna guess.
Dimensions are pieces or things that cause devise means to think about a strategy.
Nice job, Sam. Nice job. Thank you for having your hand up. Yep. All right. What's your word? All right. My word is someone who is skilled in dealing with situations. Nice job. Find the partner. Fashion is something that has been shaped and molded. make something better. Alright, my word is fashion. Fashion is something that okay, my word is complex.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Shortage. A shortage is a lack of supply. All right, friends, I need you to find your seat back at the carpet. I will come get them later.
I got everybody.
Flat tire. Hey, your voices go off, friends. Let's go ahead and turn to our vocab page. Let's go ahead and turn to our vocab page on 178 and 179. Okay, our first word, if you have the word shortage, hold up your card and stand up. If you have the word shortage, stand up. We only had one have the word shortage. All right, Blake, what does the word shortage mean?
A shortage is a lack of supplies.
A shortage is a lack of supply. So let's look at that example on our vocab page. It says the river was drying up from a shortage of rainwater. Okay, shortage means a lack of supply. Who had the word devise? If you have the word devise, stand up. Ooh, we had 3 out there. All right, let's say the word together. Devise. Devise. Say it one more time. Devise. Who? Reagan, tell us what devise means.
Devise means to think of a strategy and plan it carefully.
Okay. Michael, read that example for us in the book. Oh, you're not there. Kaylin, find the word devise and read the example for us in the book.
What? My mom helped her family devise a plan for eating healthfully.
Okay, so if you go to the grocery store, it's always good to devise a plan, because if you go into a grocery store with a hungry stomach, you're going to pull off Oreos, Cheetos, everything. And you know what? By the end of it, you're going to have like a $300 grocery bill. Okay, so it's always good. It's always good to devise a plan. Okay. All right, next word, tormentors. If you have the word tormentors, stand up. Ooh, we got 3 tormentors. Paige, will you read the definition for us, please?
Tormentors are people or things that cause pain.
Tormentors are people or things that cause pain. Leah, will you read the definition for us in the book?
Flies and mosquitoes can be tormentors to people who live in the summer.
Okay. I know flies and mosquitoes are tormentors to me in the summer. They're just kind of annoying and bug you. Okay, so tormentors are people or things that cause pain. Okay. Next word, civilization. If you have the word civilization, stand up. Ooh, nice job. All right. Damien, will you read the definition for us, please?
Oh yeah.
Civilization.
Civilization which
Oh, a society.
a society is which encounters
Agriculture.
agriculture, trade, art, science, and government are highly developed.
Are highly developed. Gentry, will you read that example for us in the book?
I'm excited to look at the unique artifacts that an
Ancient.
ancient civilization left behind.
Okay, nice job, friends. Our next word is complex. I want everybody to put their finger on the word complex in our book. Nice job. If you have the word complex, go ahead and stand up. Sam, will you read the definition for complex for us, please?
Something that is different to understand or
Difficult.
difficult to understand or
Okay, Tierney, will you read our example for us in the book?
the complex jigsaw puzzle is a challenge to finish.
Nice job. All right, our next word, cultivate. Who has the word cultivate? Anybody have the word cultivate? Ah, cool, you're the lucky one. All right, read it. Oh, cool, read the definition for us, please. Yep.
Cultivate means to improve, develop, or make something better.
Okay, to improve or make something better. Will you read the example for us there, Wyatt?
It takes time and work to cultivate a beautiful garden.
Okay, so if the word cultivate means to improve or develop, how is she cultivating her garden?
She's adding water.
What is she doing, Damien?
She's like adding water to grow her plant.
She's adding water to make sure her plants grow. Liam, please put that away. So I've asked you twice now. Okay. All right, our next word, resourceful. Anybody? Only one person. All right, Cheyenne, I'll read the definition. You give me the example. A person who is resourceful is skilled in dealing with new or difficult situations.
Birds are resourceful when finding materials to build nests.
Okay, how's the bird being resourceful in that picture? Blake?
It used moss and a tire.
Okay, it's using moss and a tire to make its nest. Gentry agrees. I would agree as well. And our last word, fashion. Fashion. If you have the word fashion, go ahead and stand up. Maddox, will you read the definition for us, please?
Something that's been shaped old.
Okay, usually when you think of the word fashion, you think of like, you know, pretty old fashioned, like, you know, kind of shaped or molded into being old fashioned. Or you might think of fashion models, right? Okay.
Or people.
Or New York, right? But that's not what fashioned means here. Okay, Carly, give us the example.
I watched as the potter.
Fashion. Okay, shape or molded means fashion. Okay, all right, go ahead and turn your pages to 180 and 181. Who can tell me what genre we are reading this week? Genre. Anna, what genre are we reading? Okay, when you think of fantasy, do you think of it as being real or made up? Made up. Okay, it's something that can't happen. It's far, far away land, right? Kind of like a fairy tale almost. Okay, who can read our essential question for us this week? Cole, will you read that for us, please?
How can learning about nature be useful?
How can learning about nature be useful? Okay, so I want you to follow along as this book is being read to us, please. I will put it on the screen as well, so if you want to look up at the screen, you may too. Yes. Anna, will you erase the board, please? All right. Survive land.
This is like Jumanji, I think. Probably is.
I don't think
Genre.
it is.
Fantasy. Survival land.
All right.
I'm going to win Survival Land, Raoul declared as he started the computer game. His immobile character suddenly sprang into action on screen. He raced across the desert island, pursued by a sandstorm. Not today, Latrice warned while moving her character on the screen. I won't be the last player standing on the island. Juanita stomped her feet. No way, she insisted. I always devise a winning game plan. Jackson frowned. Survival land is too complex, he complained. You have to know all about nature to win. But in real life, knowing about nature is just not that important. You are so wrong, Juanita cried. A loud crackle sounded, and the entire room went dark. When the lights returned seconds later, the four players were very confused. Instead of controlling their characters on the computer screen, they were on the island themselves. I can't believe it. We're inside the game, Raoul exclaimed. And this sandstorm is blinding me. What should we do? Suddenly, a large sign in the sky flashed a message. Run west to escape the storm. Which way is west? Jackson called. I know, Latrice exclaimed, pointing. The sun is rising over there. And since the sun ascends in the east and sets in the west, west must be in the opposite direction. The four players ran until the sandstorm was safely behind them. Whew, that was close, Raoul gasped with a shortage of breath. Suddenly, Juanita shouted, No time to relax. There's new trouble overhead. The group looked up and saw a gigantic butterfly hovering above them. Juanita feared the monster insect might fly down and land on her head. Just then, Raoul spotted onions growing nearby. He quickly pulled one up and smashed it with a stick. He pulled it apart, fashioned 4 onion pieces, and said, "Rub this all over yourselves, now!" The giant butterfly floated down and rested its feet on Juanita, just as she had feared. She shrieked in fright, and the gigantic insect flew away. "I think my screaming scared it off," Juanita sighed. "No, actually the onion did," Raoul explained. "Because butterflies taste with their feet, I knew that the onion's bitterness would drive the insect away." Jackson looked perplexed. "Huh? Butterflies taste with their feet?" he exclaimed, confused. "Yes," Raoul replied. "Don't you remember learning that last year in science class?" "I
You guys
guess
know
I
that?
was daydreaming that day,"
Yeah.
Jackson
Okay.
admitted, adding,
Just curious.
"Raoul, you're a resourceful friend." Then, without warning, an enormous crow flew down and announced, "I'm hungry." When the huge bird walked close to Jackson, Juanita tore off the silver bracelet and ring she was wearing and threw them as far as she could. The crow raced after the jewelry, and the friends ran the other way. Even after the bird was out of sight, they kept running, and Jackson called to Juanita, "Why did you throw away your jewelry?" Juanita explained, "I read in a nature book that crows are attracted to shiny objects, so I knew the giant bird would go after the jewelry instead of me." "You see," Raoul said, looking at Jackson, "knowing about nature has saved us again from our tormentors." Finally, the 4 friends stopped running, but not by choice. They accidentally tripped over a tree log and landed in gooey mud that covered their faces, making it impossible for them to see. They heard another loud crackle. When the 4 wiped the mud away and opened their eyes, they were back in Raoul's game room, in front of the computer screen. All the mud was gone, and the electric blue sky had become 4 white walls. "We're off the island," Latrice cried. "We survived Survival Land, and all of us returned to a normal civilization." "So who won the game?" Raoul wondered. Jackson declared, "I think we all did. But I feel like the biggest winner, because I've managed to cultivate a new appreciation for nature." "Agreed," the friends cried, as they wondered what game they might like to play next.